The night of July 23, 1993, was humid and still in North Carolina. James Jordan, father of basketball legend Michael Jordan, pulled his red Lexus onto the shoulder of Highway 74. He was tired, a long drive behind him. He reclined his seat, seeking a few hours of rest. He never woke up. Weeks later, his body was found in a swamp in South Carolina. The discovery sent shockwaves through the nation. This wasn't just a random act of violence. This was a personal attack on a family living a dream. The dream was shattered. James Jordan was more than just a famous athlete's father. He was a constant presence in Michael's life, a source of love and unwavering support. He was the man who taught Michael the game, who instilled in him the values of hard work and dedication. His murder was a cruel twist of fate, a stark reminder that even in the midst of greatness, tragedy can strike. The brutality of the crime was shining. James Jordan had been shot once, a fatal wound to the chest. His body was robbed and dumped like trash. The killers, it seemed, had no regard for the life they had taken, for the family they had torn apart. The nation mourned with the Jordan family, sharing their grief, their anger, their desperate need for justice. The investigation into James Jordan's murder was intense, fueled by public outcry and the Jordan family's need for answers. Two young men, Daniel Green and Larry Demery, were arrested and charged with the crime. The trial, held in 1996, was a media spectacle. The world watched as the details of the murder unfolded, painting a grim picture of a senseless act. Demery, in a plea deal, testified against Green, claiming Green had pulled the trigger. Green maintained his innocence, admitting only to helping dispose of the body after Demery returned from a drug deal. The jury, however, believed Demery. Both men were convicted and sentenced to life in prison. The verdict brought little solace to the Jordan family. The pain of losing James was still raw, a wound that refused to heal. Michael Jordan, at the peak of his career, retreated from the public eye, grappling with his grief in private. The world mourned with him, understanding that some wounds cut too deep, some losses too profound for time to heal. For years, the case lay dormant, the details fading into memory. Then, in a stunning turn of events, retired Judge Gregory Weeks, the original trial judge, filed a petition for Daniel Green's release. Weeks, haunted by a decision he made during the trial, revealed that he had withheld evidence that could have cast doubt on Green's guilt. Blood tests from the car, never disclosed to the defense, were either negative for blood or inconclusive. This information, Weeks argued, could have significantly impacted the jury's verdict. The revelation sent shockwaves through the legal system, raising questions about the fairness of the trial and the possibility that an innocent man had been imprisoned for decades. "This has been weighing on my mind for decades," Weeks said in a statement to the press, his voice heavy with remorse. "I have an obligation to correct this injustice, to ensure that justice is served, even if it means admitting my own mistakes." His words, a stark confession of guilt and responsibility, breathed new life into the case. Green, now in his late 40s, has consistently maintained his innocence. "I am grateful for Judge Weeks' courage," he said in a statement released through his lawyers. "I have always maintained my innocence, and I am hopeful that this new evidence will finally clear my name." His words, measured and resolute, reflect years of fighting for his freedom. The North Carolina Parole Board is currently reviewing Green's case. Their decision could have far-reaching implications, not just for Green, but for the criminal justice system as a whole. One thing is certain: the case of James Jordan's murder is far from closed. It is a story of loss, of justice delayed, and of the enduring power of truth to surface. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already.